Hi, Chakri.
Hi, Peter. How are you?
Thank you. Very fine. And you?
I'm good. Doing good too.
Yeah. Chakri, I'm calling you because in January, end of January, we have the Danish Metallurgical Society's winter meeting.
Yes.
And it has been a long traditional conference for many, many years in Danish. But last year, it was transferred to be international. So the language, spoken language, written language is English. And you participated last year.
Yes, I did.
And I am very curious in learning what did you get out of it? But first of all, could you give a short introduction to yourself? Where do you work and what do you do?
Okay. You know my name, Chakri. I work. I'm a metallurgist in NOV, formerly National Oil Well Warco, and formerly NCOT Flexibles.
Yes.
Based here in Brøndby, near Copenhagen, and yeah, we make flexible pipes. We are supporting the energy industry by making pipes which transport oil and gas offshore. We are subsea equipment. We manufacture. We have factories in Kalundborg in Denmark and also in Brazil, where we make flexible pipes for the entire world.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a lead metallurgist there. I have a team. We are a team. We are working on integrity of the metals, which are used inside our product, and yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah,
perfect. And yeah, you're right. We participated in the DMS annual meeting this year, not last year. It feels like last year, but yeah, it was this year in January, and we were intrigued by the theme. Mostly, that's what caught our eyes. The residual stresses was the theme for this year, and that is something that we are working on in our group in the industry, and it caught our eye, and we came there and we also presented a bit on what we do, how we handle residual stresses, how we model them, how we calculate and measure. And I think it was a very good meeting to have this very tight group of people there from Denmark, all working on residual stresses for their own products, for their own research, different ways of looking at same things. And it was very good. And of course, like you mentioned, it was in English this time. And I think that made a very big difference for at least me personally. Because then I get to connect more and easily communicate what I'm thinking and also understand. And of course, communication is the key, right? So I think it was a very good step, shifting to English.
And how would you rate the level, the quality of the presentations and the knowledge level among the participants?
It's a personal opinion, of course, because everybody expects different things from a conference, and I think that's how people choose where they want to go. And for me, I would give it a full-on 10 on 10. Both, because it's I've been here in Denmark for over a decade now, and I know a few things that are happening in the country, who does what and what kind of stuff. I know a few people, and now you get to meet them in a professional setting and discuss with them. And also it was a very good mix of academics and industry. So you can always feel that discussion lighting up whenever somebody from the academic is focusing too much on one detail, and then the industry is trying to push back a bit, saying, okay, but that's not the problem we are dealing with. We have to have a holistic picture and stuff. So it's always get into these discussions and see how things are moving forward.
And did you get some new connections in your network, and have you been able to use those connections afterwards?
Yes, yes, we did, because we were trying to look at getting equipment for residual stresses. And we got a very good contact from one of the participants at the conference. And then within a couple of months, we got our own equipment based on their suggestions and their experiences. And of course, they highly recommended a certain product, which I cannot advertise here.
That's fair.
So yeah, but I think that sped up our process, because if not, we would have to go through what's on the market there and also do our own analysis of what's good for us. But I think this information that we got from one of the participants on how their experience as an industrial partner been in using somewhat scientific equipment in production and in material product testing and stuff. So it was very good input. And now we have one, and we are using it daily in our R&D. And yeah, not only just the equipment, but also how to import a X-ray machine into Denmark and what kind of administrative things with the state that we have to keep it track of.
Yeah.
So it was very good. It made our process easier, and
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So are you planning to participate in the Minter meeting in January 25?
Yes, that's the goal.
Okay.
We are now looking at sending in a few abstracts. I mean, also the theme for the next year, not this year, next year now, in 25 January, is also a very good one. I think it's a very strong theme. The theme is materials to product testing. I mean, just think of the diverse nature of the topic. You have so many companies, small scale, medium scale, large scale, academics, working on different materials, testing them, qualifying them. But everybody's definition of testing and qualifying is different.
Yeah.
It's based on what they want to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
As a researcher, as a PhD student, when you test something, you test for properties like hardness, ductility, this, that. But as an industry, why do you want to test? To screen materials, to qualify materials for removing components which are beyond tolerances.
Yeah.
And then you move from material to a product. There it becomes a bit more colorful when you say, okay, I want to do a tensile test on this product. Does that really even work? What are you looking for? What is the goal of testing?
Yeah. Like at Syntex, we have a product where we are welding a high alloy steel that has to perform at 1100 degrees.
Okay.
So how do you test weldings that has to perform at 1100 degrees for several years?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, that's one of the tasks I will bring with me for the Minter meeting, because I will also be there. I need to build out my network and find somebody who can help me in this.
Yes, of course. I mean, just imagining the challenges of mechanical testing at elevating temperatures. Forget about the result, but just getting the thing going.
Yeah, it's very difficult.
Yeah, and how do you compare other labs? What is standard practice? What is best practice in a lab in an industry? And how do you compare results? I mean, it's very rare that results that one lab produces are repeatable. Even in a scientific setting, sometimes they're not repeatable. So then how do you benchmark your product in a global scale?
Yeah.
How do you make the buyer believe what you're saying is up to the mark and that they can compare it from any other thing across the world?
Yeah, that is difficult.
Yeah.
Chakri, I have one last question.
Yes.
You said that you're also planning to make an abstract or maybe two.
Yes.
For this upcoming. Would you recommend others also to make an abstract, and what should they expect to gain from it if they want to present their work?
I think everybody stands to gain from this. I mean, Denmark being a very tight community of material scientists and metallurgists here, and now we have expanded by changing to English to also inviting people from Sweden and some of the Nordics and maybe from Germany and mainland Europe. And I think that what we do here is world class, but there is always room for improvement. I think people will learn a lot on how things are done in different places. something that you might have missed. You might have been struggling with a problem for some time, but some other people might have figured it out. And if you're lucky, you can spark that discussion and take things forward. Just to get a feeling of how things are being done. I mean, you're never full with knowledge, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but when participating, at least you are full of knowledge after 3 days, and then you have one more
fresh
year
ideas.
Yeah,
and not only just for industry people, also for students at the university and researchers at the university. If the students are aiming at transitioning to the industry a bit later, it's a very good platform to make contacts for them.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not just the students from Denmark who already know the market and who already know who does what, but also for international students who have just arrived here. Assume you have a PhD student who has just arrived here or in the second year of PhD. It's not a lot of time for you that is there before you realize what you want to do and where do you want to go and who is who in the field of materials and metallurgy in Denmark. So I think this conference like this gives a very good opportunity to meet people and see what's happening out there.
Yeah, I fully agree. Because I got my first job by participating in the winter meeting while I was studying.
Yeah.
So I agree that is a good way of doing it.
I would highly recommend people should come and see what's being talked about, what's being presented, and meet others who are like-minded.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day.
Yeah, it was my pleasure, Peter. Yeah. Enjoy the day and enjoy the nice weekend weather.
I will, absolutely. Yeah. See you.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.